I was sitting down by a big old maple tree. Beautiful spot. I was sitting on a pile of rocks and thought of this, what my grandfather would call a little crack. Not a creek, a crack. Funny what you remember, eh? And so I made my way up here, and there were some bugs, like flies. There weren't any mosquitoes. I'm not a fan of mosquitoes or black flies or anything like that. But as I was walking up, before I got to here, the Lord kind of said to me, He said, "Mark, look all around here." I said, "What do you see?" And I said, "Well, Lord, I see snow. I see trees. There's flies. I'm not a fan of flies, Lord. You know that. I don't know why you ever created those things." And he said to me, he said, "No, let's talk for a minute, and I want to tell you something." And what he said was quite shocking to me. Maybe it won't be shocking to you, but it was shocking to me. He said, the world around here doesn't understand that spring is coming. Summer will follow that. Fall will come after that. And winter will come again. There's a lot of uncertainty with this coronavirus. There's a lot of uncertainty. I'm in that age group too that could be very negatively affected by it. I was thinking of Trump and the putting tanks at the border. Why on earth do you think Canadians are going to escape into the U.S.? Probably not. And I thought, there's craziness happening. And, it's as if the Lord was saying that, the coronavirus is not going to stop the seasons. It's not going to stop the grass from growing. It's not going to stop the sap from running in the trees. And it's not going to stop the gardens from growing or the flowers from blooming. And that it will affect us. And I don't mean to make light of that at all, because it does affect us, and it is serious. But, in the midst of all of this, the Lord has a plan, and I don't know what it is, and I know it's hard to see God's plan when difficult decisions are being made of ventilators and masks and all the things that go along with that. But I know that the Lord has a plan, and I was thinking of the time in Jesus' life when all the people, for whatever reason, decided to leave him. They didn't understand what was going on, and he was talking to them about communion, basically. You remember the story, and drinking, he said, "Drink my blood and eat my flesh." Well, he was talking about communion, not a literal eating his flesh, and they all thought, this is getting out of control, a little crazy here, we can't trust him. So they began to leave him, and it was so serious, he said to his disciples, "Will you now leave me too?" And the disciples responded, one of them in particular, and he said this. He said, "Lord, where would we go? Where would we go? You have the words of life. So where would we go?" And I'm thinking of that today. Christ still has the words of life, even in the midst of this coronavirus situation. He has the words of peace. He has the words of purpose. I said last time, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and I am a follower of Jesus Christ. It doesn't mean that I know everything that's going on, but I know that he does. And I have experience to know that he'll look after things. Perhaps if I got coronavirus, maybe that would be the end. That doesn't catch him by surprise either. But in and through it all, I have a sense of peace. You know, it reminds me of 23rd Psalm. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for thou art with me. You know, in the beginning of that, he says, he leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. This water continues to flow. Seasons continue to emerge. Life continues to happen. I don't know why all of these difficult things go on around us. I don't know why traumas and tragedy happen to people. But I do know, you know, there's a place of peace. And it's with Christ. So, if you want to join me on the journey, just accept him into your life. And he will give you peace. I pray that God would bless you with his peace in these days and surround you with all of his closeness.